There's a moment in every person's journey when they realize they are part of something far bigger than themselves, a moment when everything clicks into place, and they understand that their life was never random, nor their struggles in vain. It's a quiet awareness that seeps into your soul. If you're watching this now, that moment has arrived for you. The truth is, you've been chosen. The universe, fate, or whatever higher power you believe in, has been preparing you for this very instant. You are standing on the edge of something monumental. But here's the kicker. You might not even fully realize the magnitude of this moment. You might still be in the thick of it, questioning yourself, doubting whether you've truly made it or whether this is just another fleeting feeling of hope. But I'm here to tell you that you've already secured your victory, your checkmate. What you're feeling right now is the beginning of a shift that is permanent and unshakable. You've crossed a line that can't be uncrossed, and there's no going back. The journey to this point was not by chance, it was always meant to be. Everything you've faced, every challenge, every heartbreak, every success has all been leading to this very moment. The universe has been aligning forces around you, ensuring that you are ready for this next phase. And now that you're here, you have a choice. Stay stuck in the comfort of what you know, or step into the unknown power that's been waiting for you all along. The time has come for you to fully awaken to who you truly are, to realize the immense power you carry within yourself. No more doubts, no more fear. You are exactly where you need to be. And this awakening, this realization of your power, is just the beginning. The game of life more than what meets the eye. Life has a way of disguising itself. We often see it through a narrow lens, interpreting events as isolated incidents, random occurrences that happen to us, good or bad. But what if I told you that it's all part of a greater plan? What if all those ups and downs, the heartbreaks, the moments of joy, and the times of struggle weren't just accidents or mere coincidences, but carefully orchestrated pieces of a cosmic puzzle designed to guide you to this very moment? There's a story I want to share with you, a personal experience that opened my eyes to the truth of how life is truly a game, one that's far bigger and more intricate than we can imagine. I remember a time when I felt like I was just stumbling through life, constantly reacting to what came my way. Each setback felt like a wall, and each victory felt temporary, like it would slip through my fingers any moment. But then, something changed. I started seeing things differently. It was as if a veil was lifted. I looked back on my life and saw the intricate connections between all the seemingly random events, how one decision led to another, how a seemingly trivial encounter planted the seed for a future breakthrough, how each setback ultimately led to something greater. It was like stepping into a different dimension where I could finally see the grand design that had been unfolding all along. I began to realize that life isn't just a series of isolated moments. It's a game, and we're all players in it. The pieces on the board, our choices, our actions, our relationships, are all interconnected in ways that transcend our understanding. Every challenge you faced, every failure, every moment of doubt wasn't meant to stop you. It was part of the game, a part of the training that would prepare you for something greater. Life doesn't throw random obstacles at you. Everything that's happened has served a higher purpose, shaping you into the person you are now. There's a reason you've gone through everything you have. You've been being guided, shaped, and molded by unseen forces, preparing you to make the ultimate move. And now, standing at this threshold, you might not yet realize it, but you're about to make a move that will change everything. The game is no longer about surviving, it's about winning. You've already moved into a position where the checkmate is within your grasp, and the world around you will soon align to make it a reality. The silent strategy, mastering patience and timing. Have you ever noticed how, when you stop trying so hard, things tend to fall into place? When you step back, surrender to the flow of life, and stop forcing outcomes, things start aligning perfectly, almost effortlessly. It's as if you're no longer swimming against the current, but you've learned to glide with it. This is the power of patience, and the key to mastering the game of life. It took me years to understand this. I remember the moments of frustration, the days when I felt like I was stuck in a loop of constant action with no progress. I'd hustle, grind, and push, only to find myself exhausted and still not where I wanted to be. But then I started to notice something. When I stopped trying to control everything, When I let go of the need to force outcomes, things began to shift. I realized that life wasn't something to be controlled, but something to be synchronized with. There's a certain power in stillness, in waiting for the right moment. The universe has its timing, and it's often a rhythm that we can't force or rush. We've all heard the saying, "Good things come to those who wait," but it's not just about waiting, it's about waiting with purpose. It's about understanding that the right moment will come when the time is right, and in the meantime, your job is to prepare, to grow, to learn, and to stay aligned with your true self. Think about it, the greatest strategists, the most successful people, didn't rush their way to success. They waited for the right opportunities, and when they acted, they did so with precision, confidence, and grace. This is the essence of mastering patience. It's not a passive form of waiting, it's an active, strategic decision to trust in the process, to understand that everything is unfolding as it should. When you master this art of patience, you will see that life starts to open up in ways you never imagined. The energy around you will shift. Opportunities will start flowing effortlessly. People will be drawn to you. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable will fade away. You'll begin to notice synchronicities, small signs from the universe that guide you in the right direction. The stillness becomes your strength. And in that silence, in that moment of complete surrender, you will make your next move, one that will change the game forever. It will not be a move of desperation. It will be a move of divine timing, perfectly aligned with the universe's rhythm. And when you make that move, you will do so with the confidence that only comes from understanding that everything has already been set in motion for your success. The checkmate is yours, and nothing can undo it. The power within embracing your true self. There comes a time in every person's life when they have to stop pretending to be something they are not and embrace who they truly are. It's one of the hardest and most freeing realizations, and I'll tell you right now, if you're reading this, it's time for you to embrace your true self. You've been shaped by experiences, by other people's expectations, by societal norms, and by all the noise around you. But none of that is who you are. Who you are, deep down, is someone extraordinary. I remember the exact moment I realized this. For years, I had been living a life that I thought I should live. I was doing what was expected of me, fulfilling obligations, trying to be what others wanted me to be. I was good at it too. I was getting the approvals, ticking off the boxes, achieving the milestones. But something inside me always felt off, like I was playing a role rather than living authentically. It wasn't until a personal crisis hit that I was forced to confront this. I was at a crossroads. Everything I had built seemed to be crumbling. My job, my relationships, my sense of purpose, it all felt fragile. It was in that vulnerability, that moment of feeling completely broken, that I came to a profound realization. I wasn't living my truth. I had been living in the shadows of who I thought I should be. And in that moment of surrender, I started to tap into something deeper inside myself. I began to see who I truly was, the power, the vision, the limitless potential that had always been there. It wasn't easy to accept. It meant shedding old layers, breaking free from the constraints that had held me back. But in doing so, I discovered a strength within me that I never knew existed. The power within you is waiting to be unleashed. It's been there all along, hidden beneath the layers of fear, doubt, and insecurity. When you finally decide to step into your true self, you will feel the world around you shift. You will begin to attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right energy because you are no longer pretending to be something else. You are who you were always meant to be. You are unstoppable, untouchable, and powerful in a way that transcends the ordinary. I know it's easy to doubt this, to wonder if it's too late, or if you're even capable of stepping into that power. But let me tell you this, you are ready. You've been ready all along. The moment you embrace your true self, you will see that everything changes. You will stop seeking approval because you will know that your worth is not tied to anyone else's opinions. You will stop playing small because you will realize that your potential is limitless. The world will see you differently because, when you stand in your authenticity, your light becomes undeniable. You won't have to force it. You will simply be, and in that being you will rise. The rise of the chosen ones beyond the ordinary. There's something extraordinary about being chosen. It's not about being special in a traditional sense. It's about recognizing that your path is unique and that you've been prepared for something beyond what most people can comprehend. If you're reading this, you're one of the chosen ones. I know that might sound dramatic, but let me explain what I mean. We live in a world that values conformity, that pushes us to fit into boxes, to follow prescribed paths. The ordinary is celebrated, and the extraordinary is often dismissed as a fantasy. But if you're one of the chosen ones, you know something different. You know that you're here to create, to lead, to break free from the constraints of the ordinary. I've had moments where I've doubted whether I was truly one of the chosen ones. For years, I struggled with imposter syndrome. I would look around and see people who seemed more capable, more established, more deserving of success. But every time I tried to follow the conventional path, I felt more and more out of place. It wasn't until I began embracing my unique qualities that I realized why I never fit in. I wasn't meant to. I was meant to rise above the ordinary, to challenge the norms, to create something new. This is what being chosen is all about. It's not about being better than others. It's about being in alignment with something much bigger than the status quo. It's about understanding that your journey isn't going to look like everyone else's. The challenges you face will be different. The rewards you reap will be different. And the way you will impact the world will be unlike anything you could ever imagine. When you embrace your role as one of the chosen ones, you realize that your uniqueness is your strength. You stop trying to fit into the world's expectations and start creating your own. You stop doubting your abilities and start stepping into your true potential. The rise of the chosen ones is about breaking through the limits of the ordinary. It's about redefining success on your own terms. It's about stepping into the truth that you are not bound by what others say you can do. You are bound by nothing but the limits of your imagination. So don't be afraid to rise. Don't be afraid to stand apart from the crowd. You are meant for greatness, and the world will feel your presence when you step into that greatness with confidence and clarity. The cosmic checkmate, the final battle for your destiny. We've all been there. The moments of doubt, the struggle, the obstacles that seem to keep appearing no matter how hard you try. But I'm here to tell you that the battle is almost over. You've fought long enough. You've faced the darkness, weathered the storms, and now you stand at the edge of something far greater than you ever imagined. You've reached your cosmic checkmate. I'll be honest, there were times when I thought I wouldn't make it, when the weight of the world seemed too heavy and I questioned whether it was all worth it. But I've learned something profound in those moments. The greatest battles we face aren't with external forces, they are with ourselves. The final battle is always internal. It's about conquering your fears, your doubts, your limiting beliefs. I remember the sleepless nights, the constant overthinking, the feeling that I was never good enough or deserving enough. It felt like no matter how much I fought, I was always one step behind, always battling against forces that seemed to be holding me back. But then, something shifted. I began to realize that the external battles were only reflections of what was going on inside me. Once I learned to stop fighting against myself, everything else started falling into place. The universe had been aligning events, people, and opportunities in my favor all along, and all I had to do was surrender to the process. The moment I accepted that I was already in position for victory was the moment everything changed. This is the power of the cosmic checkmate. It's the moment when you realize that you've already won. The universe has placed you in a position where nothing can stand in your way. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable are now stepping stones toward your success. And the opponents who once tried to keep you down, they'll watch in awe as your destiny unfolds. This is your moment. This is the culmination of everything you've worked for, every sacrifice you've made. It's the moment when you step into your full power and nothing can undo it. You are no longer fighting for your destiny, you are living it. The path ahead, embracing your new role. The checkmate has been secured, and now the real journey begins. You've reached a point where everything has shifted, and now you must step into the new version of yourself that has been waiting to emerge. This is the beginning of something far greater than what you've experienced before. I've realized that reaching this stage isn't about celebration or resting on your laurels. It's about embracing a new responsibility. You've been chosen for something greater than personal success. The path ahead isn't just about achieving more, it's about becoming more. I'll tell you, when I reached this stage, I thought I would feel like I had it all figured out. But the truth is, the more you grow, the more you realize how much further you have to go. The path ahead is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a continuous process of growth, learning, and evolving. And as you step into your new role, you will realize that your purpose is larger than you could ever have imagined. It's no longer about what you can achieve for yourself. It's about what you can give to the world, how you can impact those around you, and how you can be a beacon of light for others who are on their own journey. The new role you must embrace is one of leadership, one of service, and one of deep purpose. This is the role you were always meant to play. You've already made it through the hardest part. Now it's time to step into your greatness with humility, with confidence, and with a clear sense of purpose. The world is waiting for you to rise, overcoming the opposition, the final test of resilience. I want to take you back to a moment in my life when everything felt like it was falling apart. I was in the middle of what felt like an endless battle, a battle with doubt, fear, and the judgment of others. Everything that I had worked for seemed to be crumbling. I remember the feeling of being suffocated by the opinions and expectations of others. The voices telling me I wasn't enough. The critics who didn't understand my journey. The people who said I was crazy for chasing my dreams. Every single step forward felt like I was taking 2 steps back. There was one instance that stands out, one of those moments when you realize just how much you've been tested. I had poured my heart and soul into a project, something I believed in with everything I had. And then, just when it seemed like it was finally going to come together, the opposition arrived in full force. It wasn't just external, it was internal too. There was this constant battle within myself, a voice telling me to quit, to give up, to admit that I wasn't cut out for this. It was during this time that I learned the hardest lesson of all. The opposition is never just out there. It's in here too, in the form of self-doubt, fear, and the pressure to conform. The world will test you. Life will throw everything it can at you, trying to push you off course. And the people around you, the ones who don't understand your vision, will be the loudest voices of doubt. But the truth is, this is the final test of resilience. It's the test that will determine whether you give up or rise to your true potential. And I want to tell you something now that I wish I had known back then. The opposition is a sign that you are on the right path. When you're getting pushed, when you're facing resistance from all sides, it's a confirmation that you are doing something big, something meaningful. The forces that want to stop you are afraid of what you'll become when you break through. They don't want to see you succeed because your success threatens their own comfort. It's so easy to get caught up in the noise, to listen to the opinions of those who don't believe in you. But you have to rise above it. You have to keep moving forward, even when it seems impossible. You are the one who decides your fate. You are the one who gets to choose whether you let the opposition break you or fuel your fire. It's in these moments, when everything seems stacked against you, that you find your true strength. The universe will test you, but it will also reward you for your resilience. I realized that this opposition was simply a part of the process. It wasn't meant to stop me. It was meant to push me further, to help me break through the barriers I had built for myself. I had to face my fears, my doubts, and all the reasons I told myself I couldn't succeed. And once I did, the weight lifted. The criticism no longer mattered. The doubts no longer had power. I stood firm, and that's when I made my biggest breakthroughs. The final test of resilience is not about avoiding obstacles. It's about standing tall in the face of them, learning from them, and using them to fuel your rise. The opposition will always be there. It's part of the process, but you are stronger than any challenge you will ever face. You've made it this far, and you'll make it through this too. The opposition is nothing more than a sign that you're on the verge of something great. The true checkmate's securing your legacy. It's one of the most powerful moments of a person's journey, the moment when you realize that everything you've been through, all the struggles, the sacrifices, the pain, has led you to a place where nothing can stop you anymore. You have reached your true checkmate. It's a place where your power, your resilience, and your vision are no longer up for debate. It's the moment when you realize that you've not only achieved your dreams, but that you are now standing in a position where you can shape the future. Let me share with you what that moment was like for me. I remember the first time I truly understood that I had secured my legacy. It wasn't in the accolades or the recognition I received. It wasn't in the accomplishments that filled my resume. It was in the quiet realization that everything I had been working for, everything I had fought for, had already come to fruition. I wasn't waiting for success anymore. I wasn't chasing after it. I had become the success. I had built the life I had always wanted, not just for myself, but for others too, and that was the true checkmate. It wasn't just about me anymore. It was about leaving something behind that would continue to make an impact long after I was gone. That moment of realization is where true fulfillment lies. It's when you see that you've built something that cannot be undone, something that has meaning, purpose, and the power to inspire others. You've created a legacy that will last. When you secure your legacy, you stop worrying about the small things. The opinions of others, the struggles, the obstacles, they no longer matter. You've already won. What you do next is about continuing to build, to grow, and to serve a purpose that is greater than yourself. I know it's hard to imagine sometimes, but you are capable of securing that legacy right now. Every decision you make, every step you take, is building towards something greater. Your life is not just a series of random events. It is a carefully crafted masterpiece, and you are the artist. You hold the power to create a life that is uniquely yours, a life that reflects your deepest desires and your highest purpose. When you embrace that truth, when you step into your legacy, you realize that nothing can ever take it away from you. It's yours, and that is the true checkmate. You've done it. You've created something that stands the test of time. And from this point forward, your life will be defined by your legacy, not by the struggles that came before it. You've already won the game. Conclusion: the path to infinite possibility. As I stand here now, I want you to take a moment and really think about what's ahead of you. This journey, this incredible path you've been on, is only the beginning. You've fought, you've risen, you've secured your checkmate, and now you're standing at the edge of infinite possibility. I want you to know something important. The life you've dreamed of, the success you've always wanted, it's not just a possibility, it's your reality. The universe has already aligned everything for you. The only thing left for you to do is step forward and claim it. The truth is, everything that has happened so far has been a preparation for this moment. Every challenge, every moment of doubt, every single obstacle has been necessary to get you to this point. And now that you're here, you are ready for what's next. The path to infinite possibility isn't just about personal success. It's about expanding your vision, reaching new heights, and creating something that will last long after you're gone. It's about recognizing that you are part of something much greater than yourself. The universe is vast, and your potential is limitless. The journey you're on is a journey of endless growth and transformation. The possibilities ahead of you are infinite. So, I want you to stand tall, to embrace this moment, and to walk forward with confidence. Everything you've dreamed of is within reach. And remember, the true power lies not in the destination, but in the journey itself. You've already proven that you have what it takes to overcome any obstacle. You've already proven that you are capable of achieving greatness. Now, it's time to step into your infinite potential. The world is waiting for you. The universe is waiting for you. Your legacy is already being written. The path to infinite possibility starts now, and the only thing left for you to do is take that first step.